So today we are taking these 5 or 6 ingredients and we are making something absolutely amazing. Peanut butter cups. Now they're a little different than the peanut butter cups that you would get in the store. They're a lot bigger, which is awesome. Okay, so I have been known to be quite loquacious. Some people have even called me verbose. If for some reason you want to go right to the recipe and find out exactly how to build this thing, at the end of the video, I am leaving the whole recipe up. So you could take a look, you can pause the TV or whatever and just have it right there for you. If you want to go along and bake it with me, then that's cool. We'll do it together. It'll take a few minutes, but it'll be fun. I don't know the macros. I'm gonna try and figure out how much they cost per cup. But if you want to know the macros, you're gonna have to go to like a Thin Guy's channel. You want something that tastes good? I'm the guy. Okay, so starting off with this, we're gonna make the coating for the peanut butter cup, and we're also going to make the inside for the cup. So you go with a 1/2 cup of the chocolate chips. I'm gonna try a 1/4 cup of the peanut butter. And again, this is sugar-free peanut butter. I'm using this one. You could use all natural, whatever you like. The reason I'm doing all this is because 2000 teens, I found out I had MS. At first it wasn't so bad, but slowly as time has gone by, it's gotten worse and worse. And my lifestyle is very sedentary. And unfortunately, I've gained about 60 pounds. Well, that has a whole bunch of side effects and medical issues that come along with it, and one of those was diabetes. Yay! So yeah, don't let anybody sell you on MS. Basically, when I was told that I was diabetic, I cut out all sugar and I cut out as much carbs as I can. Carbs are freaking in everything, but I cut out as much as I could. And I definitely cut out sugar. Sugar is poison. I'm also gonna add some allulose. Allulose seems to be the one that I like the best. I have a clean 1/8, so I'm gonna use the 1/8 twice, and that should be 1/4. Okay, math is hard. I stopped doing carbs. I stopped doing sugar, and so I'm trying this whole thing. I guess it's called keto, although keto has something to do with the calories you take in with the calories you take out. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. All I know is that after cutting the sugar and the carbs for just 2 months, my A1C went from like 10 something down to the high end of normal. So I'm not saying I cured diabetes, but kinda did. But no, not a doctor. Can't cure diabetes. Don't know. I'm just telling you my anecdotal story of what happened to me. Gonna go microwave this. Okay, so you don't want to microwave it too much because I've heard you can burn the chocolate chips. So you just want to get it to like a smooth consistency where you can just have enough to make your shell. Just pouring these in, and we're gonna smear them out just a little up the edges. And once this is done, I'm gonna throw it in the fridge and just let them harden. But without the peanut butter in it, it was really too hard. It was like almost like a hard candy shell on my peanut butter cup, and it just wasn't what I wanted. One of the shows I love watching is Cooking with Dave. I've been watching a lot of different videos. In fact, my wife is like, no more keto videos on YouTube. So I've been watching like Cooking with Dave. That's one that I love watching, so check that one out. Keto Twins are really good, do good stuff. I'll have links to all these different YouTubers that I listen to and watch. The Keto Twins are fun. One of them reminds me of an ex-girlfriend of mine that I dated. Emily reminds me of the ex-girlfriend, and which is kind of funny. The low-carb love is fun to watch. She's the one that really warns you about burning the chocolate. And they all have really good things. There's one guy who starts all his videos with, "Yo." That's one thing I like about that highfalutin low-carb guy. And I have all these links in the bottom of all these he gets all into it, and you see the eyes roll, and that's the one you want to make. I will not make a video on any failures. You should know any video you watch of mine is something that's going to be good. You're going to like it. But so I'll also throw in the description what measurement things I use, this thing that I use. I'll have links to all that stuff. So if you want to, like, if you like these silicone things that I'm using, you can go buy them. They're on Amazon. So that was good. Last time I only got 12. This time, I guess because I added that extra peanut butter in, so instead of 12, I'm getting 20. I tend to cook like most guys. I tend to dirty every freaking thing in the kitchen. And I don't know if you guys ever saw the South Park where Randy was doing cooking. He's like, okay, I cooked, you guys clean. And you look over and the kitchen's all full of dirty stuff. That's kind of like it is here. So I try to use the 1 cup for this, or one thing for this. And I'm gonna go put this in the fridge. So we're ready to do the inside. The recipe said 2 ounces. So I'm gonna use 4 ounces, which is half a stick. You can't go wrong with more butter, right? I mean, so I'm gonna put the half a stick of butter in there. I don't think anybody ever said, hey, I want less butter. And I mean, if anyone's watching this in the South, hello, you're home. Welcome to the channel. Cooking with butter. Now I'm going to do half a cup of peanut butter. And you don't have to, but I'm also gonna mix in some peanuts. You can also mix in walnuts, might be cool. Or maybe even almonds if you want to make an almond thing. But either way, you can get a little creative and exciting with it. That might be a little more than half a cup. And I think you're gonna find when we microwave this actually cools a lot slower than the chocolate. The chocolate seems to firm up pretty hard. In fact, if you didn't want to put it in the fridge, you probably wouldn't have to. After I microwave it, I'm gonna add in some the almond flour. Now, almond flour I did not like for bread. It gave it a weird aftertaste. It almost tasted like mothballs or some sort of weird thing. But I like it in this. For some reason, almond flour in like a dessert seems to be okay. Something about, I don't know, maybe the sweetness, or maybe because you're supposed to have a nut in there anyway. So I'm gonna do 3/4 of a cup. They have magnets in the handle, and it comes with a leveler. She profusely said she's never used a leveler. You don't need a leveler. So, and I said, well, how am I gonna level everything? And now look at that. All leveled. Perfectly leveled. I don't know if you need a leveler. But anyway, I have a link to this stuff down below. So anything that I'm using that's like weird or special, I can even put a link to these containers if you want them. They're okay. They come in 2 different sizes. Whatever this is and whatever this is. And they seem to be okay. I had a lot of almond flour because when I first did the keto thing, I'm like, I'm gonna make my own bread. And I threw a lot of that in there, and sometimes you feel like a nut, breads don't. Okay, so I need 1/4 of a cup of the allulose. So I'm gonna use 2/8 cups. And again, get my leveler and schwa, yeah. There you go, so 1. Okay, so let's go over and level. Yeah, suck on that. Leveler. Level. So anyway, so I got 1/4 of a cup of that in there. And gonna mix that up. I might need to put that into the microwave again just to loosen it up again. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And my wife uses a very expensive vanilla. I don't. She has like a vanilla that's from like one of her friends went to Colombia or something, and she had to bring her back some vanilla. And I'm like, really? That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna smuggle in vanilla? All right, yeah, okay, whatever. All the things Colombia has to offer, you bring back the cheapest. But anyway, it's good vanilla. This is not great vanilla, but whatever. It's vanilla. I'm gonna mix this in, and then I'm gonna add in the nuts. Once the insides are done, I'm gonna go pull that out of the fridge. La 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 la, fridge. Let's go get peanuts. And again, you could add any nuts. Almonds would probably be good. And I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup. This is an 1/8 cup, so I'm gonna do it twice. So one thing I've learned while I'm cooking this stuff is because when I'm making bread, it's baking, and baking is very precise, and you have to have all your measurements right. This is more like cooking, and I equate baking to being more like chemistry when you're in school. And you have to know all the chemistry things, and if you don't have the pH balance or the alcohol line balance right, and whatever, you have all kinds of problems. This is more like art class, where you're like, I'm finger painting. So yeah, literally, you can have just fun, make what you want, do what you want. I do what I want. So I got the shells. They're pretty solid, which is kind of nice. I guess that's kind of nice, yeah, because I was a little worried about using peanut butter in there, that it wouldn't be that way. So I'm gonna just take a spoonful and put one in each, just to make sure I got enough. Measuring is for chemistry, and I do art. But you want to make sure you got enough for each one. Okay, yeah, I seem to have enough. So that's cool. So I made 20 this time. Now we still have to make the top, put the top on, and that's literally the same. We're gonna match what we did for the bottom. Now, sometimes I do add an extra peanut or two right here, and it'll be stuck inside, but I'm not gonna do that. I thought about making walnuts this time, putting a walnut in each one. But since I'm doing the video, I just did what I want to have as a regular thing. I'm gonna go put this in the fridge, and I'm gonna start making the top. I'll be right back. And so once again, we're gonna put a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. I'm running low on chocolate chips. Can't be a good thing. So 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, and then 1/4 cup of peanut butter. And again, this is just so it's not as hard as a chocolate chip. If you want it, the harder you want it, the less peanut butter you put in for the coating, and the softer you want it, the more peanut butter. Put in a 1/4 cup of the Allulose, which this stuff is amazing. If you're a diabetic, this stuff really adds to the flavor of your baked goods. So now the last thing we need to do is fill these in. And again, I only want to do a little, just to make sure I have enough. And you want to do just enough to cover it so the top meets the bottom. You know, make it so that it's sealed. The peanut butter, you want the peanut butter sealed in between those two pieces of chocolate. Now these you're going to keep in the fridge, and I just keep them in the fridge. It's not like there's anything that goes bad in this. There's no eggs. I don't think there's anything that goes bad in this. But I just keep it in the fridge because I like them being solid. La 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 la, fridge. And again, if you have problems sealing it, you can put it in the oven. I wouldn't put it in the oven too long, but you certainly can put it in for for a few minutes and let everything kind of melt together and kind of ooze and connect. Okay, and this is the last one on here, and then I'm going to put these back in the fridge to harden up. And it doesn't seem to take that long to harden up. It seems like it gets hard in the fridge probably in like 10 minutes. Okay. So the flavor of these are absolutely amazing. They don't have exactly the sweetness of a peanut butter cup. Even my wife likes these, and she's not doing keto. That's how good they are. You could also incorporate whey powder into this if you want to give it a little more girth, if you want to give it more protein than it has. So these are absolutely incredible. They're so very low in carbs, 0 sugar, which is amazing. At night, I have one of these for dessert. If I don't have my ice cream that I make, that'll be another video. But I have one of these for dessert, and it fills you up. It's got enough protein where it fills you up. If you do like it, go ahead and give this a thumbs up. It'll help with getting the video out there, so hopefully other people will make this. It is amazing. And that's how good these are. Yeah!